Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. Austin Landing's tree lighting is tomorrow night. It starts at 5. There's going to be music and a parade and even a fireworks show.
Oh man, they are going all out.
Really
and this
are.
is kind of
There we
really
go.
the first big tree lighting
Yeah,
here in the Miami Valley.
that's crazy that it's starting.
Well, you know, you got to get people in the shopping spirit down at Austin Landing.
True.
That's right.
Do need to do some shopping. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Get those deals ahead of Black Friday and get excited. The ice rink at Riverscape Metro Park is starting to be built. They posted this fun little TikTok with Creed frontman Scott Stapp. Yeah, they're ready to rock and roll there. Now it opens up on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'll be so fun.
It's kind of crazy. I'm always amazed when hello calendar bot. That's what that says, by the way. Anyways.
And head out to the Cincinnati Zoo today through Sunday. You can enjoy 20% off the new Fiona wooden nutcrackers, calendars, ornaments, and more.
Oh,
That's
look how cute that is.
That is precious.
It's so cute. I love it.
I want one.
I love hippos.
I want 50 of them.
They're
so cute.
I want my whole tree to look
My
like that.
entire tree.
I want just to be replaced. I want my tree to be replaced by a hippo. That's it.
Same.
Period. This morning, experts warning parents and caregivers about the dangers of Snapchat. The app allows users to send messages and videos that are only available for short periods of time.
This feature has sparked surges in cyberbullying all across the country. Gwen Falloon spoke with mental health experts about these concerns.
Experts are concerned about 2 things: cyberbullies and predators. Since the people who send these messages are under the impression they disappear, for a lack of a better word, it makes it too easy to hide behind our phones.
And it's definitely that false sense of security that I can say these things and then no one's ever going to know that I said them, or no one's ever going to be able to prove that I said them. So it makes our youth and really anybody a little bit more brave to say things that they might not say in real life.
Colleen Oakes with the Montgomery County Prevention Coalition also warns Snapchat is very difficult to prove someone said or sent something. It allows people to hide who they actually are, which puts kids and teens at risk for predators, and it makes it difficult for parents to monitor who their kids are talking to and what they're sending. Back to you.
Good morning. Here's what we're looking at for right now. We are waking up to temperatures in the 40s, so cooler than this time 24 hours ago, but not necessarily brutally cold. We could actually thank cloud cover over the area for that. It's low-level moisture as well, perhaps maybe even some very light showers over the Wilmington area and over Lebanon. But really, we are talking about more or less clouds once you get north.
$30. The event officially begins at 8:30 and the race starts at 10.
Well, today and tomorrow you can head out to Kettering Fairmont High School for the Kettering National A Cappella Festival. It's the largest festival of its kind in the country. Headliners in the past have included Pentatonics, Street Corner Symphony, and others. This year features pop a cappella group Radius. Tickets are on sale right now. You can get yours in advance at ketteringmusic.org.
Beaver Creek City Schools is searching for substitute teachers tomorrow. The district is holding a recruiting event at the Board of Education from 9:30 to 11:30 Saturday morning. You can meet with current employees and learn what opportunities are available.
Well, taking a live look at the Downtown Tip City Facebook page, it looks like Buddy the Elf is back in Tip City. Don't do it, Buddy. Oh, he licked the table. All right. He's back for tonight for a pancake dinner fundraiser. Meet Buddy and join him for interactive story time tonight at 4 p.m. There will also be audience games and a festive sing-along with the Tip City High School Choir. Plus, every child with a ticket will get a small gift. It all ends with the community tree lighting on Main Street at 6. This family-friendly fund supports the Downtown Tip City Partnership and the school choir.
Doctors across the country and here in the Miami Valley are seeing an increase in juvenile diabetes.
But improvements in technology are helping parents and their kids who are diagnosed with the disease. Melina Brown joins us live in Dayton this morning with more.
I'm here at Dayton Children's Hospital, where doctors say diabetes cases have gone up in kids since the beginning of the pandemic. And with it being National Diabetes Awareness Month, advocates want to raise more awareness. Doctors say kids that get diabetes are typically diagnosed with type 1. That means the pancreas doesn't produce insulin. Around 300,000 kids nationwide deal with diabetes every day. But doctors say there's still a lot of myths surrounding the illness. You may hear someone say, "I don't want my kid eating too much sugar because they might get diabetes." This is a common misconception.
It's definitely a myth. Eating candy is not going to make you get diabetes. Actually, it's not even going to make you get either type 1 or type 2.
Dr. Yelena Nicholson with Dayton Children's told me children with untreated and undiagnosed diabetes will get very sick from eating candy, but that isn't the cause. And it's important to get your child to a doctor if you think something may be wrong, as insulin is the only treatment and blood sugar can rise very quickly in kids. Now, coming up in a bit, we're going to share the symptoms that you need to be out on the look for and the new technology that's helping parents. Back to you.
Our time right now is 5:10. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
You're watching Your Day. More solar activity could bring more frequent displays of the northern lights in 2024. NOAA predicting the start of the upcoming solar cycle from January to October will be much stronger than initially forecast. Now, the sun is in its 25th solar cycle, a period of activity in its magnetic field that typically lasts 11 years. Scientists say although solar cycle 25 is expected to be below average compared to previous cycles, the increase of solar activity will heighten more examples of space weather.
And so that actually plays a huge role in auroras. That also plays a huge role in the satellites. So if we get a strong enough magnetic storm, that's why DirecTV will every once in a while send out a message, hey, due to solar activity, you may lose signal. You could also lose GPS if the storm's strong enough. So this can actually have an effect other than, oh, it's really pretty outside. This could actually affect electronics here on Earth.
That's cool. We don't need electronics.
Says Alex.
With my computer and my iPad.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'd probably be better off without them.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really nice to not do Facebook. Speaking of, I'm about to post a weather forecast too. Facebook. There you go. That's what happens, right? As much as I bemoan it, I also use it every day. You know, you just are a slave to the system. All right, as for this morning, we, of course, are a slave to Mother Nature. There's only so much you could do today. A cloudy start. Notice the rain down around Cincinnati. If you're heading south into Kentucky, there is likely to be some periods of heavier rain. Meanwhile, we just seem to be on the borderline between where it is a little bit cooler and maybe not quite as cool. Temperatures anywhere from the low 40s to the upper 40s. So it's not like yesterday where in our own area we had temperatures around 50 and 60. Speaking of 60, we should be able to get there today. It is going to be by and large a sunny second half day. On the negative end of things, it'll be in the low 30s. So if you're out and about overnight tonight, expect these temperatures to drop into the low 30s. And with that, it is going to be a frosty morning. Keep in mind, if you have to leave your car outside overnight, you may have to do some scraping or warm it up a little bit. Plus, of course, if you are maybe leaving it out, it's just going to take a while to warm up. So perhaps set the alarms 3 minutes earlier, 5 minutes early, what have you. Tomorrow around 50, we should be able to get into the 50s and then eventually into the 60s next week. It'll be a mild middle portion of the work week, so keep that in mind. On the roads this morning, it has been fairly quiet. Haven't seen a single tie-up or concern. Traffic barely getting going at this hour, but of course, give yourself some extra time in around those construction zones.
Coming up this week on Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson, as the war in the Middle East continues, there's heightened concern about terrorist threats here in America. Over the past year, Borders and Custom Protection recorded almost 2.4 million encounters at the southwest border, including 169 people on the U.S. terrorist watch list. Officials also arrested thousands of illegal immigrants with criminal convictions or outstanding warrants, including nearly 600 known gang members. A former top Homeland Security official says he's concerned about America's national security.
A sleeper cell is a small group of people that come in typically with a mission beforehand or a goal, and they don't communicate with anybody else. The smaller version of that is the hardest to track of all is the lone operator.
How concerned do you find yourself that something like that could happen?
Oh, I worry a great deal about that. I think they're here.
This week on Full Measure, Cheryl Atkinson asks what can be done to shore up U.S. national security. You can watch Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson this Sunday at 7:30 a.m. on ABC 22 or at 10:30 p.m. on Fox 45.
Our time right now is 5:18. The world's newest island popping up in the Pacific Ocean. Just ahead, we'll take a closer look at the cool images of its formation.
You're watching Your Day. Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 stories to get your day started. Heinz wants runners to refuel with its ketchup packets. A new campaign claims people are using it well on their daily runs. The company is also creating custom routes shaped like its Keystone logo.
Why is this helpful? Just take the whole thing and just give it a go, a squirt.
I don't really understand that. I know like salt is good for running. Is there a lot of salt in ketchup?
I feel like this would end very poorly. Somebody's be like, "Are you bleeding right now?" No, it's just my ketchup packet.
She's got it in her headband. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
okay. This is
each their own.
Interesting take. Wisconsin does things a little differently. The state uses brandy, not bourbon, in an old fashioned. Now, lawmakers there passed a resolution declaring a brandy old fashioned the official state cocktail. Oh, geez, don't you know? We like our brandy there, and the old fashioned, don't you know? Yeah. In Wisconsin, we get ourselves some cheese and some brandy. Yeah, dude, I've got that accent down.
That was pretty good.
Wisconsin.
This looks good. I wish I liked stuff like this.
I mean, it's good. It's good. It gets the job done. There's only one reason you drink something like this.
To drink your sorrows away.
There you go. Oh, look at a little
some 7-Up in there, eh?
Okay.
Jelly Roll won the New Artist of the Year award at the CMAs Wednesday and immediately broke the award backstage. Oh no. He says he was just so excited to win it that he passed it around to everyone, quote, like a bag of popcorn. The singer says he's embarrassed, but he's got his official engraved trophy on the way.
Dude, I love Jelly Roll. That dude has got a crazy good story.
That's so funny.
And he's just, look at him. He's just living his best life over
Everyone
here.
always has such good things to say about him.
Yeah, I mean, his music's pretty good too.
Taking a live look at the Miami Valley thanks to Skycams, we'll have a mild day here in Dayton.
We're sending things over to meteorologist Nick Maruziak. Nick, there's tree lightings this weekend. Doesn't feel like Christmas.
Yeah, well, it'll be one of those days where we'll see some cooler temperatures for tomorrow. But, if you want a tree lighting, it's got to be like 30 degrees. It's got to be feeling like Halloween. Remember then where we had the snowflakes in the air? That's what I want to see for a tree lighting. Not necessarily temperatures around 60, but you know what? I'm also going to take temperatures around 60. We're doing it with a lot of cloud cover. Not a lot of rain, though, in our area. A lot of the rain has stayed off to the south, but we are dealing with the overcast. The overcast will remain at least through daybreak, and then by the time we get towards 9 a.m., you'll start to see it break up. By 11, we'll actually be sunny. Note how temperatures respond. Upper 50s are possible all the way by the time we get towards 11 a.m. And it could be maybe even 60 degrees during the early stages of the afternoon. Of course, we are going to have that cooler push of air for the weekend, so keep that in mind that it is going to get cooler for Saturday and Sunday. If you are going to do anything, follow us on social media. I have posted your weather forecast there, so go there and check that out. Of course, this morning, it's a quiet morning commute as well. Haven't seen any type of concerns. It's Friday. Let's try to get to work and get home in one piece and enjoy the weekend because, boy, do we need it.
Right now, President Biden back at the White House. The president returned to Washington overnight. He spent much of the day yesterday in Chicago talking with United Auto Worker leaders. Now the focus is on preventing a government shutdown. Now, Congress has until November 17th to fund the government. So far, Speaker Mike Johnson hasn't released a spending plan. House Republicans pulled 2 spending bills this week, saying there were not enough votes. They want to pass 12 appropriations bills to avoid a shutdown.
The FBI is now offering a $10,000 reward for this man. They say Gregory Yetman was involved in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. The 47-year-old ran into a wooded area in New Jersey as officers tried to serve a federal arrest warrant. Yetman is facing charges including assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers.
Another candidate jumping into the 2024 presidential race, Jill Stein, posting this video on X announcing her run for president. She's looking for the Green Party's nomination. In her campaign announcement, Stein says the political system is broken and she's running to give people a choice outside the 2 major political parties. She was the Green Party nominee in both 2012 and 2016. Stein got just over 1% of the vote last time she ran.
This comes as new polling shows President Biden trailing in 5 key battleground states in a hypothetical matchup against former President Trump. The president says he isn't worried.
You don't believe you're trailing in battleground states?
No, I don't.
The poll does show President Biden leading in Wisconsin. More voters told pollsters they're worried about the president's age and mental sharpness than with Trump, though more think the former president doesn't have the temperament for the job.
This weekend, the Miami Valley and country are honoring the nation's veterans. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. The holiday originally marked the end of World War I. Now it honors those who served.
Heading live over the Miami Valley, where the Dayton VA is hosting its second annual Veterans Day Parade. It kicks off tomorrow morning at 11 on the Dayton VA's campus. The address is on your screen right now. Organizers say there will be a flyover, music, and food trucks.
We can also check out the Miami Valley Military History Museum in Fairborn tomorrow. The museum's hosting its annual Veterans Day open house. Stop by from 9 in the morning till 6 in the evening. Admission will be free. The museum's also offering some light refreshments. The address is on your screen.
Many restaurants and businesses have deals for veterans this weekend. Some even start today. Here's just a small sample of the freebies veterans and active duty military can get. Until noon today, veterans get a free Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's. Tomorrow, they get a free donut at Dunkin', free coffee and a donut at Krispy Kreme, or a free breakfast combo at Wendy's. At Starbucks, vets get a free hot or iced coffee. Tomorrow, Applebee's is offering a free meal when you dine in on Saturday. For most of the deals, you do need to show a valid military ID.
The Dayton Art Institute celebrating Veterans Day. Today, the DAI is hosting a community day. That means admissions will be free for all guests today, including its latest special exhibit showcasing 19th century French art and culture.
We're getting an update this morning on the food bank's latest mass distribution. According to the organization, volunteers served 1,418 families in Trotwood yesterday. State Senator Steve Huffman even showed up to help during the event. The food bank is also thanking its staff and the team from CareSource for helping put on the event.
This holiday season, AAA encourages you to donate to kids in need. The company is a public donation site for the Marine Corps Toys for Tots gift drive. Right now, you're looking at donations from last year in Columbus. You can donate at any AAA location across the Miami Valley.
Oh dear, it's that time of year where deer sightings increase as deer forage for food. Now the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is sharing tips on their Facebook page about what to do if you hit one. First, turn on those hazard lights and get off the road, and then call your local law enforcement and tell them the situation. Stay away from the deer. It might be scared and could hurt you. Next, double check your car for any leaking fluids, broken lights, or any other damage, making it unsafe to drive. And when you finally get home, contact your insurance company.
Today, you can save big on protecting your pet. The Montgomery County Animal Resource Center is offering microchipping for just $10. That deal lasts now through the end of January. No appointment is necessary, and the process only takes a few minutes.
Doctors say diabetes cases in kids have gone up since the beginning of the pandemic.
But improvements in technology are helping parents and doctors better understand the disease. Melina Brown joins us now with more.
It's National Diabetes Month, and earlier I shared with you myths behind children in type 1 diabetes. But you may be asking yourself, then how do kids get diabetes? There could be many factors, and doctors expect by 2030 that nearly 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with a form of diabetes. Some of the symptoms you should be aware of are weight loss, increased urination, especially at night, dry mouth, and if your child is constantly drinking liquids. And while doctors have been able to determine that other diseases like COVID, mono, or hand-foot-mouth disease can trigger diabetes, diagnoses, there are still many unknown.
We really don't know what causes type 1. We know that it has to do with genetics and also environmental factors. However, what has changed tremendously is technology. Diabetes is one of the diseases where technology has done absolute marvelous things for kids who now could live completely normal life.
Some of that technology includes insulin pumps rather than daily injections, and apps that you can use on your devices that show fluctuation in your child's blood sugar and ability to administer more insulin. Again, if you have worries that your child may be experiencing symptoms, Dr. Elena Nicholson from Dayton Children's does suggest you take your child to the doctor or the ER to find out more. Back to you.
Our time right now is 5:38. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
You're watching Your Day. A school employee hailed for his quick actions.
As Adam Merrill explains, what he did makes him a hometown hero.
Springfield City School District custodian Larry Kurt Johnson being credited with saving a child. The district says he jumped into action recently to save an elementary student who was choking on crackers. He gave the student the Heimlich, potentially saving the child's life. The child and his family personally thanking Johnson, his union also honoring him, and he will now receive the district's first Employee of the Month award. The Springfield City School District superintendent releasing a statement on Johnson saying, quote, "We are grateful that this specific scenario ended in the best way possible because Kurt was not afraid to quickly jump into action to help a student in need." Johnson has been with the district for 10 years, and I think for his actions, he is without question a hometown hero.
If you know someone that's a hometown hero, let us know. Grab your phone and scan the QR code.
You need to chime in your submission to our app. We need a description of why they're a hometown hero and a few pictures or video.
All right, it is time to look at the radar where we are waking up to cloudy skies. Of course, cloudy skies doesn't mean exactly a crazy travel problem, but it is also meaning that we're not falling quite as far as, let's say, Fort Wayne, South Bend, Chicago, where it is a little bit cooler. Of course, we are still in the mid-40s, so it's not exactly a drastic temperature difference. Today, we should be able to hit 60 degrees. We'll fall to around 50 at 7 p.m. This is a day where it's going to be mild by this time of year standards, but still going to be cool, especially if you're going to be, let's say, going downtown or going anywhere as you get into overnight tonight. Speaking of overnight, dropping all the way down to the low 30s. It's been a while since we've seen a frosty morning. I think we'll see widespread frost. Could actually get some harder frost up to the north. Not quite at a hard freeze yet again, but it is certainly going to be a cool one for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow should be able to get to 50 with temperatures returning to the mid-50s despite more clouds on Sunday.
Our time right now is 5:43. You're watching Your Day.
Hello, I'm Matt Digby with a look at sports. 3 games left in the college football regular season. Ohio State is 1 win away from another 10-win season. The only time they haven't done that under Ryan Day was 2020 when they played 8 games total because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the Buckeyes are back home Saturday night for a matchup with Michigan State, who hasn't beaten OSU since 2015. The Spartans started this year 2-0, but then suspended and ultimately fired head coach Mel Tucker following allegations of sexual harassment. Michigan State won their first game under interim head coach Harlan Barnett just last week over Nebraska. And an update on the sign-stealing scandal involving the Michigan Wolverines. Ryan Day saying on Wednesday that no one with the Buckeyes shared signals with Purdue last year ahead of the Big Ten championship game. And the NCAA saying on Monday there are no known connections between Day and his family and the Big Ten's investigation into Michigan. More college football to keep an eye on this weekend. University of Cincinnati will visit fellow Big 12 newcomer Houston on Saturday evening. The Bearcats are still winless in conference play. So is the University of Dayton, which plays their home finale Saturday against Marist. Wittenberg finishing their regular season at home against Worcester. The Tigers already guaranteed a winning season. They'll want to finish the year at 7-3. That's a look at sports. I'm Matt Digby.
Good morning. Here's what it looks like right for now. We are waking up to temperatures in the 40s. There is a little bit of wind outside, but not much of a difference between what it feels like versus what it is. Again, with these winds anywhere between 5 miles per hour or 0, you really don't get that wind chill effect. It would be more apparent if, let's say, the temperatures were closer to 0 or even, let's say, freezing. But it's still one of those mornings where, by and large, the winds are calm enough and temperatures are warm enough that you're not getting that true wind chill morning. Temperatures today should be around 60. Forget about wind chill. We're talking about a gorgeous day. It'll be a sunshine-filled day. Really nice to get out and about and maybe just enjoy what is turning into a very nice mid-fall day. That being said, if you are going to be out late, especially after dark, this is going to get cool rapidly. So even by, let's say, 8-9 p.m., we're probably going to see these temperatures all the way down, low 40s, mid 40s, somewhere in that ballpark. So bring your jackets with you. And tonight, if you're going to be waking up early on in the morning, expect to see some frost. Start thinking about defrosting your car, giving yourself a little bit of extra time for tomorrow. And also maybe having a heavier coat ready as you step out the door. I know I have some morning plans tomorrow, and I'm already thinking, all right, big coat is going to be the way to go. Tomorrow, though, 50 degrees, so maybe more of a sweatshirt day. Of course, tomorrow is Veterans Day, and a big thank you to all those who have served. Temperatures will go from the low 50s to the upper 50s and low 60s next week. On the roads this morning, so far so quiet. Haven't had any types or concerns. Just a reminder, we do have road construction 75 north as you get into Miami County.
A Manhattan jury found actor Robert De Niro's production company liable for gender discrimination and retaliation. Graham Chase Robinson worked as De Niro's executive assistant in 2008 and rose through the ranks to vice president before leaving in 2019. She claims she experienced gender discrimination while working for De Niro. She was awarded $1.2 million in damages from his production company, Canal Productions. The jury did not find the actor individually liable.
America's long history of population growth is expected to come to an end 40 years from now. Census Bureau projections released Thursday show that the U.S. will stop growing by the year of 2080. The data also indicates America's population will actually start to shrink by 2,100. That's kind of weird to say. That's the first time that has happened since 1918, when the flu pandemic and World War I caused reversal in growth. The key factors in the projected decline include falling birth rates and rising death rates because of an aging population.
Our time right now is 5:50. NASA releasing more images from the asteroid flyby last week. Just ahead, what they think the pictures may help them discover.
You're watching Your Day.
the Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Good morning and welcome to the Watson's Weather Patio. Of course, I've broken out the winter jacket because a morning like this, well, it does require a little bit more sturdy than this sweatshirt or sweater. I do think today is a day where you're going to step outside. You go, all right, this is a little bit closer to what it feels like fall. We did have this system come through. A lot of the greens you're seeing is actually moisture trapped at the surface, maybe an area or two of drizzle at the absolute most, but by and large, this was more or less just the moisture. I do think that today we'll see the sunshine come out second half of the day. So once that does happen, we go from basically cloudy start, cool, damp, to one that turns rapidly pretty nice. On the opposite end, tomorrow morning, if you're going to be out here, whether it's the Watson Weather Patio, whether it's up in Salina, down into towards Dayton, Wilmington, wherever you are, it's going to be chilly outside. Cool enough that I do think widespread frost is at least a possibility, if not a probability, for the mid-morning.
It feels crazy, we're saying it already, but Thanksgiving is right around the corner.
That is wild. Meteorologist Tim Boyd visited a local farm that supplies turkeys across the Miami Valley.
We are out here in the Maker's Meadow Farm in West Alexandria out in Preble County. I am joined with John here. He is pretty much running the farm here. They've got a whole bunch of animals, livestock out here, but we are focusing on turkeys today as we approach Thanksgiving. Now, John, how many turkeys would you say that you guys have out here?
We have about 175 turkeys.
That's a lot of turkeys, and you take care of these, and you've had them since June?
The end of July is when we get them.
End of July, and they take a couple months to get pretty big. I was pretty shocked at how fast they grow. And tell us about how you care for them and why you're so proud of these animals.
So we move the turkeys every single day to fresh grass. And so it takes a lot of extra work, but it creates a lot more rich meat product because they're eating healthy grasses and not just grains. And we also supplement them with organic seeds and grains without any soy. So it makes a premium turkey.
A fun fact about the Maker's Meadow Farm is that they only raise female turkeys called hens. Now, also for fun, I asked John if the turkeys get a special last meal before their processing begins.
They enjoy grasses, alfalfa, clover every single day along with organic seeds and grains. So nothing special, but the best of the best.
I think Tim needs a pet turkey. More than 1 billion people around the world are set to celebrate Diwali this Sunday. The festival, which honors the victory of light over darkness, is one of India's major holidays. Diwali is celebrated over 5 days. On day one, people clean their homes and make colored patterns on the floor with powders, flowers, rice, or sand. Day two, people decorate their home and put colorful clay lamps on display. Day three is the main day of the festival when family and friends come together to share food and light fireworks. Day four is the first day of the new year and when people exchange gifts. Finally, day five is when the bond between siblings are honored.
It's the gift that keeps on giving for NASA's Lucy spacecraft following last week's asteroid flyby. So Lucy swung by the asteroid Dinkinich on November 1st. The first images from the flyby suggested that the asteroid was part of a pair with a smaller asteroid orbiting around it. But now a second batch of images taken just minutes later suggests that the smaller asteroid is actually a contact binary. That means it is touching another small space rock. While contact binaries appear to be common in the solar system, scientists say they have never seen one orbiting another asteroid.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is one I have nothing on because, yeah, this
So
is.
there, yeah.
This is one of those, like, it's, I guess, like a moon orbiting another asteroid. Is that how it works, I guess?
You know, it's, yeah, I think so.
Like, this
no
would be a
scientist,
question for
bro.
my sister because she, like, studies this stuff.
All I'm going to say is we walk on rocks every day and we think nothing of it. Yeah, if we get one flying through the sky, we're like, ooh.
Well, I mean,
The
it's
aliens of Toy
I mean,
Story.
it's space rock. I mean, to be fair, we walk by little things that are about this big every day. If one came out of a spacecraft, it would be, oh.
That's right. She said the Toy Story aliens, the ride.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
Oh, yes, we are special, aren't we? We got a lot more coming up on your day at 6 a.m.
It's National Diabetes Month, and doctors at Dayton Children's want you to know the myth behind type 1 diabetes.
Governor DeWine issuing a statement days after the passing of issue 1. Just ahead, what he had to say.
I don't think you need to be an alien to appreciate the fact that it is going to be a mild day today with the sunshine coming out the second half. Veterans Day starts cool, ends cool. Will continue to remain cool through early next week with temperatures rebounding into the 60s Wednesday and Thursday.
You're watching Your Day. Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 quick stories to get your day started. Austin Landing's tree lighting is tomorrow night. It starts at 5. There's going to be music, a parade, and even a fireworks show.
I love that they have fireworks too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
let's
the tree
go.
lighting ceremony begins at 7:45 for those who want to go for that. That will be so fun.
Santa crossed the Indiana border, kids. Sorry. For fireworks.
Yes.
The good ones, yeah. Anyways, get excited. The ice rink at Riverscape Metro Park is starting to get built. And it opens up on Friday, November 24th, the day after Thanksgiving. Creed frontman Scott Stapp's excited.
He's excited. He's pumped up.
Like, hold me now.
Should we anchor a show one morning out on the ice?
If you want to watch
I think
me,
people want to see it.
you want to watch me die, sure.
The people want to see it.
Break my neck.
I speak for the people.
I'll take some workers' comp, short-term disability. Why not?
You'll
Lifetime
be
of pain, whatever.
Fine.
No.
Head out to the Cincinnati Zoo today through Sunday. Enjoy 20% off the new Fiona wooden nutcrackers, calendars, ornaments, and more. I want a calendar. No, I want an ornament. I lied.
It's so cute.
It's
I mean,
so
like,
cute. Those are really.
I wonder.
Those look good.
I wonder how much money those hippos have made the Cincinnati Zoo.
Oh, so much.
Probably
I'm
an
sure.
Insane amount. And it came right
I mean,
after.
they're so popular.
Never mind. I'm not even going to go into my conspiracy land right now. I'll be.
I know
good.
where your brain
I'll
is at
behave.
right now. I know where your brain is at right now. I'm reading
All
your mind.
right. Experts warning parents and caregivers about the dangers of Snapchat. That app allows users to send messages and videos that are only available for a short period of time.
This feature has sparked surges in cyberbullying all across the country. Gwen Falloon spoke with mental health experts about these concerns.
Experts are concerned about 2 things: cyberbullies and predators. Since the people who send these messages are under the impression they disappear, for a lack of a better word, it makes it too easy to hide behind our phones.
And it's definitely that false sense of security that I can say these things and then no one's ever going to know that I said them, or no one's ever going to be able to prove that I said them. So it makes our youth and really anybody a little bit more brave to say things that they might not say in real life.
Colleen Oakes with the Montgomery County Prevention Coalition also warns Snapchat is very difficult to prove someone said or sent something. It allows people to hide who they actually are, which puts kids and teens at risk for predators, and it makes it difficult for parents to monitor who their kids are talking to and what they're sending. Back to you.
Good morning. It is a cloudy start to your day, but here's the good news. We're going to see the sunshine perhaps as soon as late morning. If we're playing it safe, it'll be early afternoon for just about everywhere to be under more sun than clouds. But it's also worth pointing out the temperatures not brutally cold, mid-40s, so it is going to be chilly. But look at your 11 a.m. temperatures, mid-50s. So already, probably by noontime, we'll be at or even above average for this time of year. It's not like we're going to hit records. In fact, we'll only end up around 60, but still, for this time of year, it's plainly going to be a pretty pleasant day outside. Just a reminder, we're on social media. Go there, hang out with us at the Your Day page. Of course, we have your weather forecast and your poll question. And this one's causing some hot takes. It's going to be a fun morning. As for this morning, if you are traveling, traffic looks pretty okay, so no major issues out on the roads.
Governor Mike DeWine now discussing election results for the first time since Issue 1 passed.
We accept the results in regard to Issue 1. People will decide if they are comfortable with what we voted on, or they'll decide that it maybe needs to be changed or tweaked.
Governor DeWine was opposed to the passage of Issue 1. The measure enshrines abortion and other reproductive decisions into the state's constitution.
One person's now dead and another's recovering this morning after a crash in Darke County. It happened along US 127 near Hunter Road. Deputies say a car hit a semi-tractor and caught fire in a ditch. The driver of the car died. Crews treated and released the driver of the semi. The crash is still under investigation.
The Warren County Sheriff's Office is investigating after multiple people broke into several cars at Miami Valley Gaming. It happened November 5th. The suspects allegedly smashed through multiple people's car windows and stole thousands of dollars worth of property. That includes a firearm, jewelry, cash, and designer bags. Police are now looking for a vehicle of interest caught on surveillance video. Take a look at your screen now. It's a Chevrolet Malibu with a missing rear bumper, possibly silver or white in color. This car entered the parking lot and dropped off 4 people around 1 a.m. If you have any information about the thefts, call detectives at the number at the bottom of your screen.
This man is now in jail facing drug charges. The Preble County Sheriff's Office says they stopped 41-year-old Robert Downing Jr. on a traffic violation. Now, they searched his car and found about 34 grams of suspected meth and about 2 grams of suspected cocaine. Officers say Downing also did not have a valid driver's license.
Right now, Dayton Fire Department is still working to assess the damage of the fire on East 3rd Street. Captain Brad French telling us now they believe the fire was accidental. The blaze broke out in the 2400 block of East 3rd Street just before 11 Wednesday night. Crews on scene found the rear of a 2-story building on fire. They worked for about 2 hours to put out the flames. No one was hurt. And Monday kicks off fee reduction week at the Dayton Municipal Court. All week long, you can get 50% off eligible court fees and fines. That includes criminal and traffic violations. You can pay online or in person. For more information, you can scan the QR code near the bottom of your screen or head to paymyfine.org.
Communities across the Miami Valley are honoring Veterans Day this weekend. This morning, 5th graders from LT Ball Intermediate School are hosting a parade of heroes that kicks off at the Veterans Memorial Park in Tip City at 11 o'clock. Students will wear red, white, and blue and hold up handmade signs to honor the veterans marching through.
Today at the University of Dayton, you can head to the Mass honoring our military veterans. It starts at 12:30 at the Chapel of the Immaculate Conception. Anyone is welcome to attend. If you can't go, a live stream will also be available after Mass. You can enjoy light refreshments in the gathering area of the chapel.
A soldier killed in the Korean War will be laid to rest today at the Highland Memorial Cemetery in Miamisburg. Army Private First Class Billy A. DeBoard was from Miamisburg. The Army reported him missing in action in 1950 when he was fighting North Korean forces. Scientists identified an unknown person's remains as DeBoard in April Now a rosette will be placed next to his name in the courts of the missing to say he has been found.
Get on your feet. Tomorrow morning, you can join Girls on the Run of Dayton for their 5K at Wright State University. The youth development program teaches life skills to girls from 3rd to 8th grade. Proceeds from the 5K will benefit the program. Registration is $30. The event officially begins at 8:30 and the race starts at 10.
Today and tomorrow, you can head out to Kettering-Fairmont High School for the Kettering National Acapella Festival. It's the largest festival of its kind in the country. Headliners in the past have included Pentatonics, Street Corner Symphony, and others. This year features pop acapella group Radius. Tickets are now on sale. You can get yours in advance at ketteringmusic.org.
Beaver Creek City Schools is searching for substitute teachers. Tomorrow, the district is holding a recruiting event at the Board of Education from 9:30 to 11:30 Saturday morning. You can meet with current employees and learn what opportunities are available.
We now want to give you a live look at the downtown Tip City Facebook page. Look, there's Buddy the Elf. Yeah, he's back in Tip City. No, Buddy, no, don't eat the gum. All right, well, he's in for the pancake dinner fundraiser. Hopefully he tries something a little different than that. Meet Buddy and join him for the interactive story time tonight at 4 p.m. There will also be audience games and festive sing-alongs with the Tip City High School Choir. Plus, every child will get a ticket with a small gift. It all ends with the community tree lighting on Main Street at 6 o'clock. This family-friendly fund supports the Downtown Tip City Partnership and the school choir.
Doctors across the country and here in the Miami Valley are seeing an increase in juvenile diabetes.
But improvements in technology are helping parents and their kids who are diagnosed with the disease. Melina Brown joins us live in Dayton this morning with more.
I'm here at Dayton Children's Hospital, where doctors say more kids have gotten cases of diabetes since the pandemic. And with it being National Diabetes Awareness Month, advocates want you to be aware of certain things. Now, doctors say that kids get diabetes are generally diagnosed with type 1. That means the pancreas doesn't produce insulin. Around 300,000 kids nationwide deal with diabetes every day. But doctors say there's a lot of myths surrounding the illness. You may hear someone say, "I don't want my child eating too much sugar because they might get diabetes." This is a common misconception.
It's definitely a myth. Eating candy is not going to make you get diabetes. Actually, it's not even going to make you get either type 1 or type 2.
Dr. Elena Nicholson with Dayton Children's told me that children with untreated and undiagnosed diabetes will get very sick from eating candy, but it isn't the cause. So it's important to get your child to the doctor if you think something could be wrong, because insulin is the only treatment and blood sugar can spike quickly in children. Now, coming up, we're going to talk about the symptoms you should be on the lookout for and the technology that is helping improve the lives of those with diabetes. Back to you.
Our time right now is 6:10. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
You're watching Your Day.
Time to take a look outside. It is a fairly quiet morning, so we've got that going for us at this hour. We do expect the clouds to eventually clear, perhaps as soon as 10, 11 this morning. If we're being safe, which sometimes I like to do in these scenarios, it could be more towards the afternoon, but the general theme for today is for it to clear out during the second half of the day and get some sunshine. Temperatures should still be quite mild for this time of year, around 60 for highs. By 7 p.m. it gets down to around 50, and by probably midnight we're in the upper 30s. So if you are going to be out in the late, I know it's a Friday night, some of us do like to stay out late. This would be a case for bringing a jacket along with you. Tomorrow morning, you definitely need a jacket. It's going to be down in the low 30s, should rally into the low 50s and upper 40s. Upper 40s more likely to the north, as you'd imagine. Sunday itself should be a little bit milder first thing in the morning and later on in the day. On the roads this morning, I haven't seen any tie-ups or concerns. 70, 35, 4, 675, and 75, all moving in good order.
Our time right now, 6:14. You're watching Your Day.
Temperatures have started out anywhere between the upper 30s and the upper 40s this morning. Wapakoneta may be just the first of a few spots that could clear out this morning, and where it's likely to get a little bit on the cooler side. Looking at Troy and Urbana too. Springboro, Middletown, Lebanon, less likely for us to drop that far. When you factor in the winds, there's not a lot of wind, so we're really not seeing that huge wind chill factor. One of those mornings where what you see is what you get when you step out the door. Sometimes you look at the thermostat, you go, oh, okay, it's in the 30s, but feels like the 20s or teens. This is not the case. It feels like the 40s outside. It'll feel rather nice later on today, 60 degrees or thereabouts. We'll call partly cloudy. It's really the front half of the day, and in particular the early morning hours, or at least the early daylight portion of the day, that is going to feature the clouds. By the second half of the day, we should be by and large sunny. What that leads to is a rather chilly start to tomorrow. We've got clear skies, got light winds for the most part, 0 to 10 miles per hour, probably around 5 or so. And we also have, generally speaking, drier air. You put all those combined, it's going to get chilly. I don't think it's going to get down to a hard freeze, but still low 30s. It's been a while since we've had a frost-filled morning. I think we'll see that for tomorrow. Tomorrow itself, highs will be right around 50, some of us upper 40s, some of us low 50s. Beyond that, temperatures do start to warm up a little bit. First on Sunday by a few degrees, then significantly more on Monday into Tuesday, and eventually we should be back into the 60s middle of next week. If you are traveling this morning, the roads are fine. I don't expect any weather hazards as you head out the door. Of course, the only thing that may be the biggest issue is the fact that you could see the sunshine poking through the clouds and get that little bit of a glare. Other than that, it's going to be quiet weather-wise.
A growing Navajo Nation-owned IT company is getting ready to build an office building in downtown Dayton. Dene Development Corp is finalizing the purchase of 3 buildings, part of the Dayton Tech Towns campus on East Monument Avenue. If finalized, it'll mark a pivotal moment in both Dene and Dayton's innovation economic growth in the heart of downtown. The company plans to invest $6.4 million and create 250 jobs at the site. To read more about this story and others like it, head to Dayton247now.com, click on the news tab, and select Dayton Business Journal.
Our time right now is 6:20. Our digital producer Max waiting in the wings just ahead. We take a look at our Facebook poll question. It's a good one today, you guys. Go comment.
You're watching Your Day.
Time for Pet of the Day here on Your Day, where we're celebrating Ryan's birthday today, even though it was yesterday. Angie sent in Ryan. Of course, we had a birthday dog yesterday, another one for today. I guess it's birthday week here on Your Day. Either way, a lot of sunny skies for today. And it's really, once you get past the mid-morning hours, so think 9 a.m., that we start to see not just a little bit of sun, but a whole lot of it. Temperature-wise, should be able to get into the low 60s. So it's going to be relatively, I'm going to use the term mild. Don't forget, this time of year, the average high is in the mid-50s. So when we talk about 60 degrees, it is slightly above average. So it's mild on that end. And frankly, 60 degrees is probably about the mild end for many of us. It's sweater weather or perhaps sweatshirt weather. Either way, today is going to be a little bit warmer than it will be the weekend. Weekend should be down around 50 degrees after starting quite cool for tomorrow. On the roads this morning, if you're traveling, I haven't seen any tie-ups or concerns. And if you are traveling, maybe you turn up that radio, you find your favorite station, and then immediately turn it off when they play that one song that you cannot handle.
And that leads us to a person we definitely can handle and play on repeat, and that's Max. Max!
Oh, love it.
What's our poll question this morning, and well, I guess we'll answer the question here first.
Yeah, so let's say you were given the ability to just delete one song from existence. It's no longer here. What song would you just get rid of?
I said the most obvious answer as a parent, and that would be Baby Shark.
Absolutely.
I have heard that song so many times. It's horrible. I'm gonna have nightmares about it for the rest of my life.
That's probably the most correct answer I've seen
I
on
think
the
that's
comments.
the least controversial answer we've gotten.
Yeah,
Do you want,
it's real.
Who do you want first? Do you want
You can go because Alex has the worst answer we've seen.
Okay, so mine's probably the most popular, at least in the comments. It's Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas," and really for me, it's more a preeminent strike against how much I'm going to hear it every single holiday season. I know whenever there's a countdown, it's the number one. I just skip the number
That's
one.
not even the worst Christmas song. Christmas Shoes is the worst Christmas
It's
song.
overplayed though.
He's overplayed.
That's
for a
my
reason.
problem with it. It's too overplayed. So that's my number one take is Mariah Carey. If I go personal with Sheryl Crow's "Soak Up the Sun," for whatever reason, I've heard that too much.
And Alex, what did you say?
I hate that song.
Okay.
Here we go.
I went big with this one and said Bohemian Rhapsody.
Why'd you hate on Bohemian Rhapsody?
It's so long and just annoying.
Is this the real life? Is this
And I
just
will
fantasy?
say, 2 people now have responded to my post
Oh,
and
I've
said
seen
they agree.
5
More people have
lives.
responded disagreeing, but
Pull up some of the comments.
I
we
did
got.
have 2 people that said.
I cannot believe you right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have a bad opinion, but this is a bad opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 people agree with you.
See?
Did you like that? Is that your love?
Yeah, I did.
She's agreeing with the 2 people.
I'm just kind of surprised.
Yeah, I would have never thought that would has that much.
It's like freaking 5 minutes long.
And I'm
it's
not
so
gonna lie.
unnecessary. And it just like changes
It's a
up so much.
It's
like,
a masterpiece of
Yes.
music because it changes and it's
Yeah,
so long.
I understand its significance.
All right, we need to get Max's answer before we go. Max, what song did you choose?
Personally, Mr. Brightside, only because that's peak. Every song since then has been downhill.
Your logic is bad.
You and Alex both need a little
Our
bit of work.
time right now is 6:26. We're gonna end on that note. And still to come.
It's National Diabetes Month, and Dayton Children's wants you to be aware of some of the symptoms.
And taking a live look over the Miami Valley thanks to Skycam. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. Just ahead, how vets and active duty members of the military are being honored right here in Dayton.
But first, here's Julie Moran with America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
You know, I am always looking for new products to help keep me and my family safe, and I spend a lot of time in my car. I know you do too. So I am so excited to introduce you to the Minolta Dash Cam. Now, this gives you evidence if you're in an accident, and that is evidence at your fingertips. It records exactly what happened, and this is going to save you a lot of money on insurance claims. And it's extra peace of mind. It's really an investment for protecting your family, and I love that. Now, Minolta, as we know, is just such a trusted brand, and you can record inside and outside of your vehicle. Also, the camera, high resolution, 120-degree lens, clearer footage than any other dash cams on the market. And it automatically, I love this, automatically records collisions when you're parked. How great is that? And as I say, it includes the windshield mount, the memory card, also this power adapter, everything you need to get started right here, all in one piece. So right now we're offering 47% off the Minolta Dashcam, and I want you to head to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer. This is just something, protection for you and your family that you are going to love.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 stories to get your day started. Heinz wants runners to refuel with its ketchup packets.
This is a terrible idea.
A new campaign claims people are using it while on their daily runs. The company is also creating custom routes shaped like its Keystone logo.
You know, imagine, like I saw the one gal there have it inside of her head. Imagine just being like, smack your head, and it's like, I have a massive head wound.
Oh, those things do explode pretty easily.
You're just like feeling wrong. Oh, I fell! And people are like, oh my God.
dripping down your head.
And then you just go,
Ew, and you're all sweaty.
And people freak
Ketchup
out.
mixed with sweat, yum.
It could be wild. Yeah, this could be fun, actually. And Wisconsin does things a little differently, don't you know? The state uses brandy, not bourbon, in their Old Fashioned. Now, lawmakers there passed a resolution declaring brandy Old Fashioned the official state cocktail.
One of my really good friends in college, she was from Wisconsin, and her accent was super
Oh, geez, don't you know? Let me squeeze on right by you. Oh,
you're doing super Canadian, though. You're almost doing too much. It's like
it's pretty
a
close.
little bit more subtle.
My in-laws are from Northern Michigan, and it is pretty close to Canadian. Let me just tell you that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want a cool accent. Jelly Roll won the New Artist of the Year award at the CMAs Wednesday and immediately broke the award backstage. Sounds about right. He says he was just so excited to win it that he passed around to everyone, quote, like a bag of popcorn. The singer says he's embarrassed, but he's got his official engraved trophy on the way.
I mean, the trophy doesn't really matter. What matters is your Wikipedia page getting changed. That's right.
Is that what matters?
That's what matters.
Okay.
I let Nick curate my Wikipedia page. A big mistake.
That's a horrible idea.
I know, but I still do it.
Taking a live look over Dayton thanks to Skycams.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a mild day here in the Miami Valley. Let's check in with meteorologist Nick Maruziak. You know, that's in his wiki that I curate.
oh, great. Your Wikipedia will be like lives to torment Nick and just does an A+ job of it every single day. Nathan. All right, here's what we're looking at for this morning. We are waking up to a cloudy start outside. Temperatures mid-40s. So it's not necessarily brutally cool. It is certainly cooler than yesterday, on the order of maybe where we were 2 days ago. If you could think that far back, I have trouble remembering what I had for breakfast. It is temperatures in the 40s by 9 a.m. and by 11 we're in the mid-50s. Technically, we'll be above average, but we're going to be within a few degrees of it. So all intents and purposes, it's an average-ish day. We are going to see a little bit of sunshine for the weekend as well. You can always find your sunshine on social media on your Dayton. Although I'll tell you what, based on a poll question, you're also going to find a lot of songs you go, really? People hate that? As for this morning's commute, if you're traveling, 74, 35, 675, and 75, all moving as expected.
Right now, President Biden is back at the White House. The president returned to Washington overnight. He spent much of the day yesterday in Chicago talking with United Auto Workers leaders. Now the focus is on preventing a government shutdown. Congress has until November 17th to fund the government. So far, Speaker Mike Johnson hasn't released a spending plan. House Republicans pulled 2 spending bills this week, saying they weren't enough votes. Now they want to pass 12 appropriations bills to avoid a shutdown.
The FBI is now offering a $10,000 reward for this man. They say Gregory Yetman was involved in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. The 47-year-old ran into a wooded area in New Jersey as officers tried to serve a federal arrest warrant. Yetman is facing charges including assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers.
Another candidate's jumping into the 2024 presidential race. Jill Stein posted this video on X announcing her run for president. She's looking for the Green Party's nomination. Now, in her campaign announcement, Stein says the political system is broken and she's running to give people a choice outside the 2 major political parties. She was a Green Party nominee in both 2012 and 2016. Stein got just over 1% of the vote last time she ran.
This comes as new polling shows President Biden trailing in 5 key battleground states in a hypothetical matchup against former President Trump. The president says he isn't worried.
You don't believe you're trailing in battleground states?
No, I don't.
The poll does show President Biden leading in Wisconsin. More voters told pollsters they're worried about the president's age and mental sharpness than with Trump, though more think the former president doesn't have the temperament for the job.
And this weekend, the Miami Valley and country are honoring the nation's veterans. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. The holiday originally marking the end of World War I. Now it honors those who served.
Heading live over the Miami Valley, where the Dayton VA is hosting its 2nd annual Veterans Day Parade. It kicks off tomorrow morning at 11 on the Dayton VA's campus. The address is on your screen right now. Here in a second. Organizers say there will be a flying over music and food truck.
And you can check out the Miami Valley Military History Museum in Fairborn tomorrow. The museum is hosting its annual Veterans Day open house. Stop by from 9 in the morning until 6 in the evening. Admission will be free. The museum is also offering some light refreshments. The address is on your screen.
Many restaurants and businesses have deals for veterans this weekend. Some even start today. Here's just a small sample of the freebies veterans and active duty military can get. Until noon today, veterans get a free Grand Slam breakfast at Denny's. Tomorrow they get a free donut at Dunkin', free coffee and a donut at Krispy Kreme, or a free breakfast combo at Wendy's. At Starbucks, vets get a free hot or iced coffee tomorrow. Applebee's is offering a free meal when you dine in on Saturday. For most of the deals, you do need to show a valid military ID.
And the Dayton Art Institute celebrating Veterans Day. Today, the DAI is hosting a community day. That means admission will be free for all guests today, including the latest special exhibit showcasing 19th century French art and culture.
We're getting an update this morning on the food bank's latest mass distribution. According to the organization, volunteers served 1,418 families in Trotwood yesterday. State Senator Steve Huffman even showed up to help during the event. The food bank is also thanking its staff and the team from CareSource for helping put on the event.
In the holiday season, AAA encourages you to donate to kids in need. The company is a public donation site for the Marine Corps. Toys for Tots gift drive. Right now, you're looking at donations from last year in Columbus. You could donate at any AAA location across the Miami Valley.
Doctors say diabetes cases in kids have gone up since the beginning of the pandemic.
But improvements in technology are helping parents and doctors better understand the disease. Melina Brown joins us live with more.
It's National Diabetes Month, and earlier I shared with you some myths behind kids and type 1 diabetes. But you may be asking yourself, then how does this happen to kids? There could be many factors, and doctors expect by 2030 that nearly 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with a form of diabetes. Some symptoms you should be aware of are weight loss, increased urination, especially at night, dry mouth, and your child constantly drinking liquids. And while doctors have been able to determine that other diseases like COVID, mono, or hand-foot-mouth disease can trigger diabetes diagnoses, there are still many unknowns.
We really don't know what causes type 1. We know that it has to do with genetics and also environmental factors. However, what has changed tremendously is technology. Diabetes is one of the diseases where technology has done absolute marvelous things for kids who now could live completely normal life.
Some of that technology includes insulin pumps rather than daily injections, and apps you can use on your devices that show fluctuations in your child's blood sugar and ability to administer more insulin. If you do have worries about your child and they may be experiencing symptoms, Dr. Yelena Nicholson with Dayton Children's does recommend you take your child to the doctor to find out more. Back to you.
Our time right now is 6:40. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
You're watching Your Day.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
While Rhode Island had a somewhat gloomy Thursday, it was the first seasonal snowfall for southern and central Maine, where some snow-loving pets got to play a little frisbee. And this photographer shared images from a final fall trip up Utah's Mirror Lake Highway before it closes. It's among the state's collection of roads that shut down during the winter.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Good morning and welcome to the Watson's Weather Patio, where, it's not exactly a stellar start to the morning. It's cloudy outside, it's chilly, but it's going to get a whole lot better, especially later on. Temperatures so far haven't dipped to an extreme end. They're cooler than yesterday, but on the order of where they were maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago, somewhere in that ballpark where it's upper 40s. Of course, that time period we ended up in the upper 70s. We're not going to get there today. We'll instead aim for around 60, which technically speaking is above average, but only by about 5 degrees or so. So effectively, it's going to be technically, again, above average, but it's not ridiculously warm. And frankly, I dare say it's on the mild end, or the cool side of mild, for any time of the year. We do expect these temperatures to drop tomorrow and also for Sunday, so it's a cool, dry, but ultimately a sunny weekend ahead.
Our time right now is 6:45. You're watching Your Day.
Good morning. Here's the view right now in Dayton. Cloudy start to your AM. Obviously, the clouds kept temperatures up overnight. If it went clear, I would not have been shocked in the least bit if we were down not just in the, let's say, upper 30s, but all the way into the mid 30s. But this is a classic day where I do think the clouds will start to get out of here as we get into the afternoon, and realistically could be as early as the late morning hours. 41 right now in Wapakoneta, so we have risen a couple degrees there. Risen maybe a degree or so in Dayton. I believe at one time we were down in the mid 40s, so it's not like it's gotten ridiculously warm. It's just these temperatures have bumped up. A couple of us have a little bit of wind chill, but this is not a morning like yesterday. You go back to yesterday, winds were 10, 15 miles per hour. Today, 5 and less. For all intents and purposes, winds are generally speaking light or even calm, and that'll continue all the way through today. So effectively today may end up being a better day than yesterday between the sunshine, between the lack of clouds, between lack of winds and temperatures around the same ballpark. I mean, you put this all together, plus it's Friday, don't forget. I think Friday ends up being better than Thursday. That being said, for this weekend, it's worth pointing out that it is going to get quite chilly. Cool enough that we're talking about widespread frost. Frost, of course, means that you have to defrost your windshield, you have to warm up your cars, you have to do all those things. Keep that in mind if you have any early morning Saturday plans. Saturday itself, highs will be near 50. Does remain cool. Some of us may not get out of the 40s. And for context, that means that some of us may be about as warm tomorrow during the heat of the day than we are right now. So just keep that in mind. Rest of the forecast does get a little bit milder as temperatures return to the 50s and 60s across the area for the middle of next week. On the roads this morning, quiet morning commute thus far. Haven't seen any tie-ups or concerns. Does look okay at Wagner Ford Road, where of course we have had a couple of issues as of late due to the construction areas.
Our time right now is 6:51. You're watching Your Day. Experts warning parents and caregivers about the dangers of Snapchat. That app allows users to send messages and videos that are only available for short periods of time.
This feature has sparked surges in cyberbullying all across the country. Gwen Falloon spoke with mental health experts about these concerns.
Experts are concerned about two things: cyberbullies and predators. Since the people who send these messages are under the impression they disappear, for a lack of a better word, it makes it too easy to hide behind our phones.
And it's definitely that false sense of security that I can say these things and then no one's ever going to know that I said them, or no one's ever going to be able to prove that I said them. So it makes our youth and really anybody a little bit more brave to say things that they might not say in real life.
Colleen Oakes with the Montgomery County Prevention Coalition also warns Snapchat is very difficult to prove someone said or sent something. It allows people to hide who they actually are, which puts kids and teens at risk for predators, and it makes it difficult for parents to monitor who their kids are talking to and what they're sending. Back to you.
Cybersecurity company Norton has some tips for parents to educate your kids on social media safety. Now here's a few. Educate yourself first. Read the fine print of social media apps your kids are interested in. Then make an account for yourself to learn the ins and outs. Talk to your kids about their digital footprint and how nothing deleted is ever really gone. And avoid sharenting. Don't overshare your child's name, image, and location on your own pages. And you can inadvertently expose your children to cyber threats.
Doctors across the country and here in the Miami Valley are seeing an increase in juvenile diabetes.
But improvements in technology are helping parents and their kids who are diagnosed with the disease. Melina Brown joins us live in Dayton this morning with more.
I'm here at Dayton Children's, where doctors say cases of diabetes have been going up in children since the beginning of the pandemic. And with it being National Diabetes Month, advocates want you to be aware about the disease. Now, doctors say that kids that get diabetes are generally diagnosed with type 1. That means the pancreas doesn't produce insulin. Around 300,000 kids nationwide deal with diabetes every day. But doctors say there's still a lot of myths surrounding the illness. You may hear someone say, "I don't want my child eating too much sugar because they might get diabetes." This is a common misconception.
It's definitely a myth. Eating candy is not going to make you get diabetes. Actually, it's not even going to make you get either type 1 or type 2.
Dr. Elena Nicholson with Dayton Children's told me children with untreated or undiagnosed diabetes will get very sick from eating candy, but that isn't the cause. So it's important to get your child into the doctor if you may think they are experiencing symptoms, as insulin is the only treatment and blood sugar can quickly spike in children. Coming up next, I'm going to share with you those symptoms and the technology that's helping parents. Back to you.
Governor Mike DeWine now discussing election results for the first time since Issue 1 passed.
We accept the results in regard to Issue 1. People will decide if they are comfortable with what we voted on, or they'll decide that it maybe needs to be changed or tweaked.
Governor DeWine opposed Issue 1. The measure enshrines abortion and other reproductive decisions into the state's constitution. The Warren County Sheriff's Office is investigating after multiple people broke into several cars at Miami Valley Gaming. It happened November 5th. The suspects allegedly smashed through multiple people's car windows and stole thousands of dollars worth of property.